guys, I'm going to be doing a review of my Taurus 809 pistol today. Comes in this pretty nice hard case. Has two heavy duty latches on it. Looks like there's a spot here you can put a lock on it. So what do you get in the case? You got the pistol. Comes with a 13 round magazine in the gun, and you also get a 17 round magazine. It has this little sleeve on it here to make up for the extra distance of that magazine. Now this is the same magazine that they use in the full-size model, so this is the compact model. Take a look here. So that's how big the grip is. It's like a full-size grip when you put that 17 rounder in there. I like that one for the range. It's hard to load though. Pretty stiff. The 12 rounder, my hands are about large to bordering on extra large size glove what I wear. So you can see I get almost 3 fingers on it with a small magazine. So that's not a big deal. Pretty good. What else? You get a little cleaning brush, and they have Taurus has a security system on these, on all their pistols, which I'm not a big fan of that security system where you put that little key in there. And on the 809, probably all the 800 series guns, has a key lock right here that totally locks up the gun. That's probably their way around trigger lock. Instead of sending a trigger lock, you can totally lock the gun up like that. And of course you always get a instruction manual for the 800 series. Taurus has a lifetime warranty on all their guns. I really like the feel of this gun. It just fits the hand really good. And the low bore axis for a hammer fired gun. Most of your hammer fired guns are, that bore axis is kind of high. But this one has a pretty low bore axis for hammer fired. Take a look at that. And the gun comes in 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, and 45 ACP. And you can also shoot plus B ammo in these pistols without any problems at all. For size and weight, let's weigh this right away. I know a lot of people are interested in all these specifications, and when I'm looking for a new gun, a lot of times I look at the specs also, just to do a little comparison with some other pistols. So unloaded, 12 round magazine. It weighs, yep, that was zeroed out. Weighs 1 pound, 8 ounces, 8 3/4 ounces. And for size, this is a little smaller than a Glock 19. If you know how big a Glock 19 is. It's right about 6.5 inches in length and height. It is just a little short of 5 inches tall. The width, let's turn this on. The width of the slide at its widest part is right at 1 inch. And it kind of tapers. I like the way the slide tapers to the top. It's got a nice profile. And the width of the grip is just over 1 inch, 1.12 inches. So it's fairly slim for a double stack. Some other things I like, it has these memory pads on it, so you can put your trigger finger up there. It's like a memory pad. And then also when you get a nice two-handed grip on it, your left thumb, your support hand, is going to fit right in that memory pad there. Makes a nice spot to put your thumb along the slide. It has some nice serrations. I like the way they look. They're not super grippy. They're not like going to tear your skin off grippy, but they got some grip to them. I really like the engraving. I think they do a nice job on the engraving. I'm not sure how this is going to focus real well on that or not, but the engraving is really nice. And with this gun, you don't get a lot of extra engraving on it. Like some guns, some manufacturers, they want to put safety messages all along the slide and everything. So it's got a nice clean look to it. It has genuine Novak sights on it. So they got that slope to them. And they're both dovetailed. And there's a set screw in both of them. The sights are metal, but there's a set screw you can loosen to adjust the windage. And it's a 3-dot system. So what else? So you got your Picatinny rail. That's like a standard 1913 rail. It's only got one notch because it's a compact, but you could put a light on there. As you can see, it has a ambidextrous magazine release. This is on the compact. Now on the full size, all the controls are ambidextrous, so you'll have your decocker and safety on both sides and ambidextrous magazine release. What I like to do whenever I have a gun with ambi magazine release, I take my middle finger and I press it from the other side. Just much easier to do that. Magazine's drop free. I have a hard time pressing it without changing my grip. It's pretty stiff. So with the safety decocker, flip it up for safe, right in the middle for fire, and to decock all the way down. Now to put it on safe, it's kind of hard to flip it with your thumb like this. It's really stiff, so you have to pretty much take your thumb this way, flip it like that, or use your support hand to flip it on and off. But when you take the safety off, it comes off real easy. Then you have your slide release, which I like the positioning of the safety decocker and the slide release. I know some of the SIGs, I think all the SIGs have your decockers here, and these two controls are, you know, opposite of this gun. So I like having it right here at the back for decocking. Okay, the gun does have a loaded chamber indicator, which is right above the extractor. Got a snap cap in this magazine. Going to insert it. I just want to show you the way the bullet sits in there in the magazine. You can see how this, I'm sure, adds to reliability of the gun, but see how high the bullet sits up. It's almost like a direct shot into the chamber. Doesn't even have to really even hit that ramp. Probably just hits a little bit of it. So here's your loaded chamber indicator right there. It's kind of hard to see, but you can feel it with your finger. It's not real pronounced. It's not colored red or anything. But there, let's take a look at the trigger on this Taurus 809. Double action. There's a slight amount of take up in the trigger. and pretty heavy. Looking at like 12, 13 pounds. Single action, quite a bit lighter. I like the single action trigger. I can shoot this gun very accurately in single action. And I think they say it's like 5.5 to 6 pounds or something like that. But very nice. Very nice trigger. And the reset. Let's drop this magazine out. Here's the reset. Right there. Has a pretty short reset on it. And this gun will fire without the magazine in it. No magazine safety. Okay, initially when Taurus came out with these 800 series pistols, what they were going to do, they were going to produce a 22 caliber conversion kit for these, and I'm really sad that they didn't make that. I was looking forward to it. I actually emailed Taurus a couple times about that, didn't really get an answer. Called and they said it was discontinued, so that's kind of a major bummer. But another kind of a negative for the 800 series is trying to find a holster. This will fit in a Millennium Pro holster, this compact model. But what I ended up doing, I was looking for a Kydex holster, and basically nobody makes a blue gun for this, for the 800 series. So I ended up, it's one of the reasons I started making my own holsters. So I bought some Kydex, some foam, and I molded this to my gun. I think I'm going to put not a really big fan of the snap straps, the belt loops. I think I'll put a J-hook on there and then rivet it on. But at the front I got a rivet here to pinch it close, and it completely covers the trigger guard. So this is an inside the waistband holster that I made. Turned out pretty good, I think. Covers the magazine release. Pretty good retention on that. Okay, let's do a breakdown on this Taurus 809 pistol. Just drop out the magazine. Just like a Glock, you pull back on the slide a little bit. Just that little bit. Pull down on these tabs. Push the slide forward and off, and that's it. Slide comes right off. You don't have to pull the trigger because it's a hammer-fired gun. And let's take a look at the slide here. You got a single recoil spring that's captured. It's on a plastic guide rod. Take up the barrel. Barrel is 3.5 inches in the compact model. And take a look at the machine work. It's a little bit dirty. Been shooting it a little bit, but machine work is excellent. I know some people kind of rip on Taurus for not making quality. I've had a few Tauruses, and you know they've all been quality. Good quality machine work. Very nice. Everything's smooth. You know, no milling marks or anything in it. And let's take a look at the grip. Some heavy duty polymer. This is really thick. Just take a look at how thick the polymer is on this. You know, some people complain about their magazine well having a little flex to it. Not this gun, it's really stiff. And you got your rails here where the slide rides on these. And then the rails in the back, there's two small rails, one on either side like that. And then just the opposite to reassemble. Thing goes together really easily. That's it. all back together. So I'm real happy with the gun. It's been extremely reliable for me. Haven't had any failures whatsoever except for that trigger getting stuck when it was very dirty. Very accurate. I can shoot this at 100 yards. I was able to get 3 out of 10 hits on an 8-inch steel target at 100 yards, which is pretty amazing. I'm not the best shot, but very accurate, easy to shoot gun. I think it's because of the grip. The grip just fits my hand. It's perfect. And I did want to do a comparison, a little size comparison. I got my Zastava Easy 9 here. This is a full-size 9mm, basically a SIG 226 clone, almost identical to a SIG 226. So let's do a little comparison. This holds 15 rounds. This is 13. More like a mid-size gun. So you can see the thickness. See the width of the slides and length. Can't really get them all in frame here. Let's do it this way. On top of each other here. You can see the Taurus is just a bit smaller. It's a lot like the size of a Glock 19, but a little smaller. It might be a little more narrow than a Glock 19. It's definitely a little shorter. It's probably about a half an inch or so shorter than a Glock 19. But very good gun. Very happy with it. Alright, so that's it. Take care, guys.